What is the first thing I do on this problem? Hughes. Holiday. Johnson.
If I don't put the minus 72, you're going to change it and put it to the middle side and change the sign.
That's right. So the minus 72 goes to the right, and it will be positive. All right, next up. What do I do next? McDane. She's not here. Darnell.
Half the 6 and then square.
What? Half of the 6 is what?
3.
Half of the 6 is 3. All right. So after I find half of the middle term, which is 3, what do I do to that middle term, Sprague? You got to square it. That's right. So when we square it, what is that? 9. All right. So half of the middle term is 3, and we square it to get 9. What do we do with it after that, Ruark? Plus 9 here, and on the right side too. Okay, what is my next step? Salyers.
You gotta add 72 plus 9.
We're going to add 72 plus 9, and what is that?
It will approximately be 81.
It is not approximately 81. Yeah.
Wouldn't you subtract 72 from 9? Cause
No.
Don't you switch to 1?
It is 81. It is 81, not approximately 81. It is 81.
I'm just trying to use big vocabulary. I'm sorry.
We had half of 6 is 3. We squared that to get 9. And we were at plus 9 on both sides. This is minus 72 here on the left. We moved it to the right. It becomes plus 72. So there's no reason to have minus over here on the right side.
I thought the 9 was switch sides.
We're not moving the 9 to the right side. If you add 9 to the left, you have to add 9 to the right.
Oh, okay.
Here, you can add 72 here, but it cancels out to 0, and you add 72 there. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. All right, so we have x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 81. What is the next step? And that goes to Sprague. X plus 3 squared, is that what you mean? In parentheses, yes. So the quantity squared of x plus 3. What do I put on the right side now, Darnell?
81.
81. That's right. What do I do to both sides at this point? McDane. Yeah, you have to find the square root of both sides. What is the square root of the quantity squared of x plus 3, Salyers?
That'd be x plus 3.
That is x plus 3. All right. Darnell.
How did you get x plus 3? Oh, I thought you added the 6x and a 9.
It's called completing the square because what we're doing is creating a perfect square on the left-hand side. So you already know it's a perfect square. The way you write a perfect square trinomial in quantity form is to put the x down, use the sign from the middle, half of the middle term, 3. Quantity squared in parentheses.
Okay.
What is the square root of 81, Ruark? It is not 9. What's the square root of 81, Johnson? Plus or minus 9. That is right. What is my next step for this problem? And we start over and go back to Johnson.
You're going to drop it down to x plus 3 equals 9.
X plus 3 equals 9, and then what?
Then x plus 8 equals -9.
That's right. X plus 3 equals 9. X plus 3 equals negative 9. What is the value of x in the left-hand equation when you solve for it? Salyers. What is the value of x in the left-hand equation when you solve for it? Sprague. It should be 6. You move the plus 3 to the right, make it minus 3. Answer is 6. What is the value of x in the right-hand equation when you solve? Darnell.
Negative 12.
That's right. Negative 9 minus 3 is going to be negative 12. How do I write the final answer? Ruark. Negative 12 or 6 is right. For this problem, your first move is to move that minus 45 to the right side and make it plus 45. Half of 4 is going to be 2. If I square that, I get 4, and I add it to both sides. On the right-hand side, 45 plus 4 is going to be 49. If I write this in perfect square form, x plus 2, quantity squared, equals 49. The square root of both sides will give me x plus 2 equals plus or minus 7. You have two equations to do. X plus 2 equals 7. X plus 2 equals negative 7. 7 minus 2 is going to be 5, and negative 7 minus 2 is going to be negative 9. So 5 and negative 9 are the numbers you come up with. Well, on this problem, you're going to have x squared plus 5x equals 50. Move the minus 50 to the right, make it positive. Half of 5 is 5 halves. If you square 5 halves, you get 25 over 4. And you add that to both sides. Simplify the right side. The objective here today is not adding and subtracting fractions, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining how you add 50 and 25 over 4. But if you need a common denominator of 4, you would multiply the 50 by 4 to get 200 and add it with the 25 to get 225. Your denominator is 4. Write the left-hand side in perfect square form, which is x plus half the middle term, which is 5 halves. It's the quantity squared, equals 225 over 4. The square root of both sides will give you x plus 5 halves equals plus or minus 15 over 2. You need two equations. One is x plus 5 halves equals 15 over 2, and the other is x plus 5 halves equals a negative 15 over 2. On the left-hand side, it will be 15 over 2 minus 5 over 2, and that will give you 10 over 2, which is an answer of 5. On the right, it is negative 15 over 2 minus 5 over 2, which is negative 20 over 2, gives you an answer of negative 10. If you have 5 or negative 10, come on up.